girls. Happy Thursday. I'm very excited to get to Thursday. It's been a long week so far. So how are all you guys doing? And somehow sometimes my mouth does not fit my head and my hands. So happy Thursday. I hope you're having a good week so far. I know some of you are finished tomorrow and some of you work through the weekend. I happen to be finished tomorrow. Well, finished with my teaching, but my coaching goes all the way through the weekend, which is fine because that's actually something I want to talk about, having a passion and an excitement for, not specifically coaching, but for me, yeah, but whatever your passion and excitement is. So for those of you, I know I have many new people that have been showing up and requesting to join, so I want to introduce myself if I don't know you yet. Hello girls, for those of you who I know, but if I do not yet, my name is Jennifer Cupcho. My sign name is Jennifer, or by my last name would be Cupcho, but Jennifer, and my friends or you call me Jen. Okay, so welcome. And the reason that you see me signing is because I have my master's in deaf education, and we have women in here who are either hard of hearing or deaf, so I like to be able to sign for myself and make everything accessible to everyone. That's everyone. Sometimes I have to think about my signs who are here. So welcome all of you new gals, I should say, not gals. I am a spiritual mindset coach. I am a teacher. And I'm going to add that back in because I haven't said it recently, but it's top there on my list of that I am a forever learner. I am constantly reading, signing up for something new, a course, a class, whether it's in school as a teacher. If you stop learning, you stop growing, but especially as a coach, because it's something that just fills my heart and makes my cup, if you want to say, overflow. So I am a forever learner. I actually am going to be talking about fear. That is our week, our free 1 week workshop, if you want to say here, that you can kind of like show up every day for. And I want to apologize, please apologize for yesterday not being able to show up. And I also want to thank all of you who gave me your blessings and your good wishes that we had lost our cat. Actually, he was only 8.5, which is pretty young for a cat. And we've kind of been working with him for the last year, and he would get better. I feel like it actually is the cat. Was the cat with 9 lives, but we had to say goodbye yesterday, which many of you were so sweet, and I thank you, and I you know it, because meaning what we were feeling. And it does not matter if it's a person or an animal. For me, I'm an animal lover. I have 2 kids, if you don't know. I have a 17-year-old and a 14-year-old husband. I guess he could be a kid too. Sometimes we know that. Of 21 years. And we had 4 fur babies, I would say. Now we have 3. And I think the hardest part that I was dealing with yesterday and even today is that the devastation, like the grief that my son was going through. That was his baby, and that was kind of his confidant when he having bad days. That cat was definitely, they were two like almost twin souls. Sorry, I'm watching a bug fly by. You want to hear something really strange? The last 2 days that Jasper, that's the name of our cat, or was sick, Jordan was also sick. He didn't go to school. He felt lousy. He had no fever. He had no specific explanation, but he kept saying how he just felt like ick, like just bad, and he just slept and he slept and he slept. And that's exactly, strangely enough, what the cat was doing. I felt like it was like a scene from E.T. Remember that movie where I think it was Elliot was sick and E.T. was sick? I was like, it was so strange. And who's back and feeling better now? My son. My son was saying, I wonder if I made him sick. I'm like, no, you did not make him sick. But I thought it was kind of eerie that they were both So sick. And actually, my son used the word ick. And when we went to the vet yesterday, I said, was the cat in any pain? Has he been in pain? And he said, no, it's just kind of like feeling lousy, you know, like ick. And that's when I was like, whoa, it was just very strange. So anyway, I just thought I would share that. It was just something that like kind of hit me. So today, what I want to talk about is our fear. And again, sorry, yesterday I could not pop in here, but I want to talk about passion and fear and how one can trump the other, and my own personal experience with this. When your passion is stronger than your fear is when you will see that you can work right through those fears. I know this personally. I was painfully shy growing up and was the girl in the back row that, please don't call on me, don't ask me to speak, let me have my head down, don't ask me any questions, I don't want to be up in front of the room. Yeah, now that I'm talking with everyone, we have 400 women in here, but that's not how it was. I mean, it was painful, it was anxiety ridden. But when I got to college and I discovered American Sign Language and I fell in love with it, I realized that I had to either break through some of my paralyzing fears about being in front of people, about being seen. You can't just sign like this and have no explanation. You have to be expressive. And it was hard. It was hard, but I had a passion for it. And when your passion, when you can work with it and connect with it, you can break through your fears. And that is exactly what happened to me. So I can say sign language, without question, changed my life. It was the beginning of changing who I was, how I faced things, and that excitement and passion was what got me through that fear. And it was not like overnight, one day, but it was one after another, after another, after another, of breaking down those fears. So when you break down one and you see that you survive it, you can break down another and break down another. So you do need to tap in to that excitement that you have about something. And for me, my son is home. For me, it was signing, and that allowed me to break through that fear I had. I'm going crazy here. Here's the truth. The energy that you need to feel fearful is the same amount of energy that you need to feel excited. Your body does not like distinguish one from the other. So being excited about something or being fearful about something takes the same amount of energy. Why not put that energy, oh my God, it's so annoying. You think maybe somebody in my house would have them stop? Why not take that energy and put it towards working through the fear and getting it, being excited? So just shift your, I know it sounds simple. I'm not saying that it is. I know from past experience myself, but it is. It's not, and it is. It's that decision to do it. It's leading up to that decision that can be hard. Yeah, that is my son. I hear the garage door open. But making that decision to take that energy and put it in an exciting mode instead of a fearful mode, they're very close together. Think about how you get anxious when you're excited, or you get anxious when you're fearful. Fearful. I can't say the word. Shift it. Move it. You're kind of in that same amount of energy and that same feeling, but it's a whole lot better when you shift it into the excitement part. Here's the other thing. The more that you love your choices or decisions, and that's something you need to actually go inside for. Forget any fears out here. But the more that you can get in alignment, if you want to say, with your decisions, the less fearful and the less that you're going to care about what other people think about it. And that was a huge issue for me, being fearful of judgment from others. But the more clear I got, And that helped a lot in the last 3 years for my own coach going to. But the more clear I got, the more aligned I was, and the less concerned and fearful I was of other people's decisions. I can go into situations now with a light heart, if you want to say, and know that other people are not going to agree with me, but not be fearful of it and not be anxious of it. And that's something new for me because I'm in alignment with myself. I'm not always, but I'm pretty clear about what I'm wanting now. And that eliminates the fear of judgment from others. And I can just accept that they won't agree with me. And I don't mean I don't care, like in a bad way, but it doesn't bother me because I'm clear, I'm solid, and I'm in alignment with myself. That's important. The last thing I want to talk about, because I know I started with that excitement and the passion, is that you need to take care of yourself. We need, as women, to get out of that martyr mode where, poor, woe is me, I'm going to do for everyone else, and then I'm going to feel bad for myself, and I'm going to, well, at least I did it well, I'm going to be the victim. I'm going to be the victim, and everybody's bad to me, and nobody cares about me. I'm going to tell you right now, with loving honesty, you have choices. You always have choices. Even if it is leaving a job, I know it can be scary, and maybe you're thinking about a mortgage that you have on your house or bills that you have to pay. There are always choices. And we need to take back our power and not be in that victim mode that, oh, I can't because I have to, or I can't because that means we're giving away our power, our strength. And of course we're going to feel fearful. I can't say fearful tonight, but you need to take a step back. Well, you don't need to do anything, actually. I needed to. Let's put it that way, because I'm not a preach. But if you want to be happier, let's put it that way, and if you want to be less fearful, you have to step out of the victim mode that I was so good at. I was like the queen. I was queen of victim. And stop saying, I can't, I can't, I can't. You can. It'll be a choice, and you're going to have to figure it out. But as soon as you say, I can't, because you have given away all your power. And the less that you do for yourself, the less you have of your light that shines. And if you think that it's not noticed by other people, you're crazy, though I think you know better. We like to kind of fool ourselves. But when we give away, give away, give away, I feel like I should be singing a song. I think it's a song I knew back in the 90s. What is it? The Red Hot Chili Peppers? I'm thinking. Okay, sorry, that was like a whoo moment. So the more you give away, the less you're taking care of yourself, and the less creativity you have, passion you have, excitement you have, and you kind of dwindle up and easily can disappear. Don't let that happen. The less that you take care of yourself, the more fears that pop up and the more blocks. You have to be in a good place, a solid place with a good foundation, if you want to be able to work through some of those blocks that you've been feeling and work through those fears. So taking care of yourself is going to allow you to get through those fears and those blocks that you've put up. Well, maybe you haven't put up, but that are there. And you're certainly not going to do it in an unhealthy way of living. You need to be strong. You need to feel healthy. You need to feel like you're full. In a good way, not like eating full, but in a good way full, so that you can start working on those blocks that you have and break down the fears that you have. And the first thing that you need to do is take care of you, which is not, I can't say it enough times, it is not selfish. It is, or selfish. That's precious. Sorry, selfish. Wrong sign. I'm like, oh, it's precious. No, selfish. It's not selfish. It's selfless. Because when you take care of yourself, then you can go on to take care of everyone else. You're in a good place, and you can start breaking down those fears, and you can start breaking through those blocks. And I had a lot of those blocks, but I had to be in a better place. It doesn't just happen, and you can't just fake it. Okay? So my first thing I started with was that passion can trump fear. If you have a strong enough passion, you're going to be able to break through fear, which is what ASL, sign language, did for me. And then once I saw that I could be successful with one fear, I was successful with a second or a third, and it took some time. I was a little slow. I like to be like a perfectionist at what I do. Other people probably can go a lot faster than me, but you can do that. So see what you have that excitement for, and allow that to lead you through a fear that you have. And if you don't know what you're excited about, take some time. Start to figure it out. Get to know you better, because we do tend to separate from ourselves when we're taking care of everyone else. But get to know you better. Spend some time with you. I bet you're going to like you, but you need to know you. And you might have forgotten where she is. You might have stuffed her away in a small part if you were like me. But I found myself again. All right? So let your excitement lead you through a fear, and then you'll be more successful at each and every one after that. Take care of yourself. Don't lose who you are inside. And those fears, you can one by one start to break down. Okay? So have a good night. Say hi if you are jumping in later, so I can see that you guys were here. And thank you. Thank you for all of your well wishes yesterday. I truly appreciate it. Yesterday I was not looking so good to be able to go live with you guys, so today is a better day for that. All right, so have a good night, guys, and I will talk to you tomorrow. It's our last day of calming our fears. All right, so have a good night. Take care.